Hi, I'm Tom from Food Related, and today we're going to be making biltong. So here I've got a kilo of topside. Now you can cut this how you want. I used to cut it in thin strips, but now I'm actually going to just be brave and go for thicker strips and just dry them out a bit slower, and hopefully it's going to give me a better result. So I've written down the recipe here. So I've got a kilo of topside, and to that kilo of topside, the marinade, which we're going to leave for 24 hours. In that, there's 30 grams of salt, 5 grams of crushed coriander, so not ground up too fine, and like fresh seeds if possible, 5 grams of ground coriander, 5 grams of ground black pepper, 5 grams of brown sugar, and then I've got this proper biltong spice vinegar. We're going to go 25 ml of that, and then I got some nice Worcester sauce, and I've actually got a biltong mix here, and all those ingredients here, all the dry ingredients, that's exactly what's in here, but I've written it down here, so if you can't get this, you can just make it yourself very easily. I didn't used to use this, but it's just quite convenient when you're making quite a lot. Alright, let's get to it. So as a basic rule of thumb, because we've got vinegar in here, the acid from the vinegar is going to start effectively curing this meat along with the salt. So you've got to make sure you use plastic or glass. I prefer glass just because it doesn't have any taste left over. I tend to find if you use plastic and vinegar, you get like a bit of a weird taste. And definitely don't use metal, because the vinegar and the metal are not going to mix well. Now, it might look like there's not a lot of seasoning on here. That's just my preferred mix at the moment. Last time I probably put about double the amount, and it was just too strong. So we're going to give this a try, and I'll let you know how it turns out. So this is going to marinate in the fridge overnight. Well, I'm going to give it about 24 hours, and then what we'll do is we'll pat the meat off, put it on our hooks, and stick it in the biltong box. So here's a little overview of our biltong box. It's really simple, just made out of plywood, and inside we've just got a computer fan, just a little fan, and a normal bog standard light bulb. Now I've got the bit of wood above the light bulb just to stop the intense heat going to the meat when it's hanging, and just at the top here just got some simple little removable racks. Now if you'd like to watch the video on how to make this, just click on the link above. So overall it's a really simple design. In future I may think about covering the fan, just because if the fan's blowing quite hard on the meat, what can happen is it can dry out the meat on the outside, and the inside is still quite soft, which is not what we're looking for. So here we've just got our meat that's been marinating for 24 hours, and what we're going to do is we're going to hang it using these little plastic paper clips. You want to try to avoid using metal ones as they can rust. These having the plastic coating make them a little bit more hygienic, and it's just going to be as simple as hanging the meat in the box and then turn it on and wait for 24 hours. So I've got as much biltong as I can get in the box. You might notice I got some smaller pieces at the front, and that's because I like to have some bits to snack on while the other stuff's still going. This stuff at the front will probably take about 24 hours, and the stuff at the back, because it's a bit chunkier, I'm expecting it to take probably 2 days. What I might find is if it starts to get a bit hard on the surface, I might just need to just put something along the bottom here just to protect the meat from getting blown on too hard. I think I would like to try to adapt this box a little bit and put like a dimmer switch on the on the plug for the fan just so I can turn the speed of the fan down. It's just a computer fan. So that's the quick overview. We'll come back in 24 hours when the meat started to dry. Alright, so I'm just taking you into my garage and into the Biltong box. This is after 24 hours, and I can already see that this small bit here, that is ready to go. That is going to be a yummy little snack. So these smaller ones are ready. Now these slightly thicker ones have still got a bit of resistance to them. I could have weighed them and been super accurate, because you're looking for the biltong to lose 40 to 60% of its weight as it dehydrates. So it's actually quite a nice temperature in here. It's not too hot, and the outside is not getting too hard, which is something I was worried about. But these are two nice little snacking bits for now, and I think we'll come back to those in another 24 hours. So this is the biltong. As you can see on the inside, it's pretty much dried out. There's a little bit of soft in the inside, nice and spicy. You can taste the coriander, yummy. So you might just have to excuse the noise in the background. Our roofer is on the roof. So this biltong has been in for 48 hours now, and the thicker bits have got a little bit of resistance in the middle, but they're dried enough on the outside. These smaller bits are definitely ready to go. I think I'm going to be brave and just have it like this, because I don't like it too hard and dry. I liked it to have a bit of softness in the middle still. So we'll whip this out, we'll cut off some slices, and we'll see how it tastes. So this is one of the thicker pieces, and I was quite brave with this, and as you can see in the middle, I don't know if you can pick that up in the light. Let's go in the light a bit more. You might be able to just see it's still nice and moist in the middle, but not wet. It's not raw in the middle, so it is cured. So what I like to do with this biltong, once it's had its time in the biltong box, just store it in a sealed container in the fridge, and then just cut it up when you need it. If you cut it up too soon and put it in the fridge, it's just not going to taste as good. So this is that thicker piece. You can see it's quite soft. Even though it was topside, it's still got a little bit of fat in it, which is giving it that nice flavour. So overall, give this a go. It's a really easy thing to do once you get into the habit of it. You can make. So the full recipe for the marinade is in the description below. Smash the thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe if you're new, and check out all the other content